people don't never get to this point to where they can feel like 100 people will like look at you or look at me and be like, bro, I want to do what they doing. But they never do it because they scared of what people think.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Trail Truths. This right here gonna be a special episode, man. It's taking it back to 2 years ago, May 2023, where I was on my first ever podcast episode. This person, we known each other since high school, way back, 2019, 2018. A real pillar in the community, somebody that I kind of look up to, somebody that introduced me to this podcast, and somebody that helped me out when I was in a time of need, and somebody that I still count to this day as a friend, as a brother, and as a mentor, even though we the same age. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. He has different platforms where the engagement is insane, the community is insane, and just the love and appreciation for the city that we both are from is insane. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself. Go ahead, bro.
Appreciate the introduction, man. Nathan Lindor, What We're All Thinking Podcast, SOB, Sell Worldwide, Top Check Vibes, a couple of other things. I'm a family man, sports, all that good stuff. Shout out to Trey. Congrats to him. I always give him his flowers, but I wanted to give him his flowers on his platform as well because he been doing his thing for so long. Just to see somebody, take that knowledge that you're giving them to pass it on to them and they're doing great things with it, it's just a good thing to see.
Facts. Man, today's episode, I feel like just with me and Nate, just where we both come from and a different aspect is his love for the community and then my love for the community as well. He's more of an impact in the music industry, content creating industry, and then just developing people as a whole. And with my aspect, I'm more of a mental health and more of a growth and self-improvement type of aspect. I think this episode itself is just going to be about including the missing ingredients to growth. From my world and his world, I know that me and him both went through things as a whole and different experiences, but we both relate to it. So I got a couple questions for him. It's going to be a regular conversation. And I know just from this conversation, a lot of people that's watching this now, they'll learn a whole lot just about themselves and about me and him as a whole. So the first question I got for you, bro, is just what is one hard thing or what is something that you learned about growth that was basically a hard way of understanding? What did you learn about growth? Because I know with me, the one thing I thought people owed me whenever it came to growth. I thought my family owed me explanations, reasonings, and just a guideline to life where eventually they didn't. Nobody owed me nothing. I had to learn everything on my own. They was there, but I thought, through this life process, I had needed a helping hand. I thought somebody was gonna hold my hand until I got to a certain age or a certain place in life, but that kind of wasn't the play out for it.
I mean, I'm an avid listener of podcasts, so if y'all haven't, go watch that episode 3. I listened to the episode 3 through and through, all the way back from Atlanta. That was something that he touched on a lot as far as like, growing and learning and overcoming all the obstacles life has thrown at you. But for me in my realm is, getting away from distractions. That was like one of like the missing ingredients I had. I was distracted too much. I was chasing girls, doing dumb stuff that I ain't have no business doing. And us as humans, we still like falter, or we still have things that mess with our grind. Cause even now, like I have my moments where I take my breaks and stuff like that. That's cause I'm distracted. Or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, everything will look seamless. You get what I'm saying? So distractions was like one of the biggest things for me. And like, trying to please everybody, just like you were saying, being a people pleaser. When you said that, it instantly clicked for me because I was just like, damn, I be doing that even to this day. Like even today, I was feeling down and a little under the weather, and I was trying to be in 4 different places at once instead of just focusing on one thing. So it's all about just keep, pushing and keep like elevating as you get older or as you go through those situations or obstacles.
Facts. It's crazy that you say that because somebody DM'd me yesterday when I do these polls on my page now. Somebody DM'd me and was like, this generation, she said, as a whole, she feels as if some people have ADHD and they don't know it.
Right.
And I told her, I said, I feel like majority of humans on earth have ADHD. I told her, I said, there's no way in hell that 100% of the people are 100% locked in.
Right.
I can go home right now and be like, man, yeah, I'm finna go edit, or I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go cook. But as soon as I look on my phone, shit, 30 minutes will pass me by.
Right.
So distractions to me, I feel like it's a part of life. I mean, it's essentially like you have your moments where you're gonna be 100% locked in, and then you're gonna be like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. The next day you're gonna fuck off. It's the same thing like when people go to work and clock in. You know you gotta lock in,
But you don't.
but you don't. It's a part of life.
Right.
So the distracting aspect, and I was a big procrastinator.
Right.
And I feel like me procrastinating and me expecting people to come, hold my hand, that kind of fucked me up in a huge way, because I was thinking like, okay, yeah, I could put this aside because somebody else gonna come up and be like, all right, Trey, come on, we gotta go.
Right.
And nobody was there to do that.
Yeah, just like you said, nobody coming to save you. And I kind of had the polar opposite. Like my mom and my family members just always used to tell me like, you gotta figure this shit out on your own. Like nobody gonna come hold your hand, nobody gonna come save you. That's why I'm a big advocate for like people looking into themselves and not pointing the finger. Like
Right.
Nathan's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, so it's his fault why he's not where he need to be. Like I sit back and I reflect all the time about like certain stuff that I could have been doing, or that I could have been at a certain level if I would have just kept doing what I'm doing. But another ingredient that I would say is like, we get discouraged. Everybody get discouraged. Everybody thinks, oh, because they're not reaching a certain plateau, they're not doing the right thing. And I'm one of those like victims of that, because I always feel like, oh shoot, I'm supposed to be here, I'm supposed to be there. And then like, where we come from in Orlando, like they always say it's crab in the bucket. I don't really see it like that. I just feel like people need to take accountability for what they doing. It don't matter what it is, like I was saying.
Yeah. I mean, I think, and this was a question that I was gonna post in my poll yesterday. I think people are scared of taking steps back,
Right.
and they're scared of failure. Simply because with most people, they'll look at a situation. Say for me, if I start doing this podcast stuff and I see like, okay, my first video, it get 100 some views. If the second one get maybe 30 views, most people they'll be like, okay, maybe people just was there just to see what the hell I'm doing. And this ain't really supposed to be me. If it was meant for me, I was supposed to be getting the same thing twice.
Right.
People are scared to dial back and actually look and evaluate themselves, like you said, take accountability.
Right.
And look like, man, I may have fucked up on this. Let me reevaluate the whole situation and then go back at
Or
it.
maybe you wasn't as iron sharp as you was on the first one. Because the first time when we do something, it'd be so perfect. And be like, okay, I could do this multiple times. And then when shit started hitting the fans, like, damn. Because, like, even with me, like, I hit the game. I come in the game hard. Like, I had, like, 10 episodes. I was dropping every week. Everything was going. The numbers wasn't the same. But I didn't care. I came in different. Like, I didn't care, like, how I would look at. I just wanted to get the content out. And then people was vibing. And then I had a moment where, like you were saying, where I had to dial it back. I had to learn how to use cameras. I had to learn how to do certain stuff. Everything that's we saying here, I can do it now without a blink of an eye, because I done sat back, had, like I was telling you, some videos didn't get posted because they didn't look a certain way, they didn't sound good. Just like with your video, like I was telling you, like that wasn't even my best work. Like now, if you look at the Nathan from back then when we first did that podcast to now, it's two different levels. It's two different people and it's two different grinds. You know what I'm saying? So when I had my second moment where I was really blowing up in Orlando, it was like I was prepared for that moment, because I knew, because like I was telling my little brother, I was telling him, because he's trying to get a job, and I was telling him like, hey, you're gonna get tired of going through the same thing. You're gonna wake up and be like, okay, I need to do this. So that's how I felt like when I was looking for a second job, for instance. I was like, bro, I'm not making enough money. I need to figure out a way for me to make some more money. So I have to get a second job. I might have to cut down on pods, but I gotta sacrifice, like you were saying, sacrifice what I need to do to get to where I need to be. So I was just applying. God gave me the will to get Party City, and I was good.
That's good. But see, the thing is, most people don't have that mindset that me and you have.
Right.
How did you develop that mindset? Was it through failures, experiences, or is it something that just instantly clicked for you?
I watch a lot of. I'm a big on personal development. So ET, like I was telling you, AB Academy, David Shands, like a lot of I watch a lot of those stuff, and they always talk about taking accountability for your own actions. Just like this guy right here, he realized he wasn't doing good in the playoffs last year. His body wasn't ready. So he took accountability. He didn't blame his team. He didn't say, D nigga, sorry. He was like, I gotta get in the gym, I gotta work. Same thing for me. I gotta read a lot more. I gotta see where was the missing connect. And I was counting on my stepdad to do everything for me. Like you said, like I was counting him to come on. But he was taking off doing what he needed to do. I had to wake up and be like, okay, this is something I need to do. And that moment that clicked for me, like you were saying, like you was asking, was when I got my first studio. When I got the keys and I was able to walk in there and do what I needed to do, everything was history from there.
It's facts. So just because I know we didn't talk about it in the beginning, but how was that feeling when you first got your studio? See, with me, when I first got in here, the story behind my first episode was I had a sheet of paper and I had everything written down that I wanted to talk about. But I'm the type of person where whenever I'm going into something new, I don't like to be too prepared because I'll either forget
Right.
or I get nervous.
Right.
So what I did was when I was outside in the parking lot, I ripped that paper up and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go in here and whatever is gonna come to my heart, whatever is gonna come to me that I know I could just speak freely on, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So what was your first experience or first encounter whenever you walked in the studio and you started recording?
I just was excited, bro, because like I was like, okay, this is mine. Like this, even though it's not, I don't own it, but this is something I could do whatever I want with it. I can have as many people. I could sit down and just speak my mind freely. There's been times I went in the studio and I just spoke my heart out about different stuff, like how I see you doing, like, and it just made me feel good to have something that's mine. Cause the first studio I got blessed, and they let me use it for free because they seen the amount of traction I was bringing in. But it was just certain things that I didn't like as far because when people do stuff for you for free, they tend to like not take advantage, but they don't see it as more of a like a player. They play around with your time or your energy and stuff like that. And I appreciate those people. Don't get me wrong, but it's just certain things I didn't agree with. So I was just like, man, I gotta get right. And it was just that flip of the switch. I got in there. And then, like I said, ever since it's been history, we're working on getting the second part, another studio. So that's gonna be coming soon.
Yeah, that's something that I got in the works too. I was just talking to someone that owns a studio in New York. Hopefully those lines can align down here in Tampa, but I ain't in no rush for it.
Right.
Like, if it come, it come. But the next thing I want to talk about is what do you think is something that people have in their lives or have in their mindset that's quietly holding them back? So, for instance, like maybe it could be like a poor mindset.
Hmm.
It could be financial stress. I posted about it yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna reveal the results today. But what is something you think that people or majority of people have in their mindset that's quiet, that's not allowed, that you can see that's holding them back from growing?
It's all those things you said and more like self confidence. They can't have no doubt in themselves. Like it's a lot of things like we look at ourselves and we be like, oh, we see other people doing it. Like for instance, like say for instance, you'll see me doing what I'm doing. You be like, oh damn, Nate doing better than me. I don't think I want to do this no more
Mhm.
because I see somebody doing better than me. Well, it's for me. I see somebody doing their thing. I'm like, I wanna see how I can get to that level or be on the same level as that person or even take it up a notch. That's why like now is like I'm taking a lot more risk. This for me, this is like a riskier. I would say like I'm putting myself in a lot of unfamiliar situations and seeing how I can react. So when I get in the field, for real, I know how to cope with those situations for real, for real. So it's all of those things. Like people gotta be more like what's the word I'm looking for? People gotta be more self sufficient. They can't wear like you can't do everything by yourself, but you just gotta be like when is that moment when you in that corner? Like I don't know what it is, but us people, not just it's not about a race thing. It's just people in general. When our backs against the wall, some people falter, some people get out and fight. So it all depends on like what you doing, how you doing it, and it's just like having that getting that mode. Like it be times where like I look at sports and I get in that mode, and that's what helps me. Or I go back to my old past and be like, okay, I don't want to go back there again. So that's just the little fine line in a way.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think I'm the type of person where, and I made a tweet about this probably like a couple months ago. I said, it's crazy how we chase peace and a more calm life, but we thrive in hell.
All the time.
It's crazy because not like when, especially like to this day, like with me, when everything is calm, I'm like, something ain't right. I feel like, all right, it's calm. I'm not doing enough right now. Like maybe I got to go out and do more. So like in my head, what holds me back is I don't, like I said this in one of my other episodes, I don't have a ceiling. So it's like in my head, I'm like, damn, I could be doing something else right now. I could be either helping somebody, I could be helping myself, or I could be learning something.
Right.
Like I'm never too comfortable. And I feel like that could be a blessing and a curse because
No, that's actually a good thing. Cause I was talking to my boy B-Raw. Me and him was having a conversation. We was talking about us males and what we go through. People don't be when it's good, everybody good. Like yeah, like I was talking about the DDG situation, Shannon Sharp, everybody who's at the top, and they never prepare for moments when shit go to hell.
Yeah.
In the best form, in the best way I could put it, and it's like that's why I'm scared for a lot of other artists like Playboy Cardi. He at the top of the game right now. I don't know if he's preparing himself for when shit go down. So I was at a conference. Like I told you, I love going to conferences. Those are like things that changed my life. And it was this guy named Bryce Thompson. Hopefully I got his name right. And he was basically saying when I was getting my numbers, I was making the money, I didn't prepare for the pullback. A lot of people don't prepare for the pullback. When it's good, it's good. They trying to keep it like that because they don't want to get back into that unfamiliar, uncomfortable situation. They're like, I want to stay like this. I want to be comfortable. I want to be happy. I'm making the money. I'm good. But when that pullback hit, it's like, fuck, how did I get here? And then that's when they start pointing fingers at, oh, it's because of this person, it's because of that person, because of this person. And it's really because of you, because you didn't prepare yourself. So that's why I was like, when you said that, I instantly was talking about that because DDG was doing his thing. He was doing all the streams. Everything was good. He wasn't thinking about all the stuff that came behind that. Shannon Sharp, viral. Cat Williams doing his thing. He wasn't thinking about a girl coming to ruin everything that he's built. So it's just like us as males. I'm speaking from a male's perspective. We gotta always prepare, not for just females, but just any situation that could come and fall to us. Because like you were saying, you posted this a while ago too. You was talking about the mental health rate for guys is real low compared to like a female's mental health rate. Cause we go through stuff all the time and we always taught to like put our feelings away. But me, I always been an emotional guy.
Yeah.
So especially with sports, especially with anything, I always been like tears or I get mad, I be wanting to fight, whatever. But like I never like now I'm learning how to control my emotions, but like I still be getting mad because at the end of the day I'm human, so it is what it is.
I'm not. I didn't become emotionally vulnerable until this year. Before that, man, I really ain't never cared because at the end of the day, I knew like I could sit here and be mad. I could sit here and be sad, but that ain't gonna change shit.
Right.
It may make me want to go do something else, good or bad. But I can't be stuck. You know, what I mean, I just couldn't let it out. But now since I let it out, it changed my perspective on a lot of things. But to piggyback on what you just said, you said a lot of people don't prepare themselves. How can they get prepared? How can people that, for instance, I know we already mentioned the people that's successful, Shannon Sharp, DDG. How can the people that are not where they want to be get prepared for times to get worse? Because most people don't understand God to test you before he bless you.
Right.
Most people think, okay, and I said this in my I believe my second or my first episode, people look at their favorite artist and be like, okay, I want what they got.
I remember you
I'm gonna
said
get that instantly.
Right.
And I ain't like, I'm gonna have it exactly how they have it, and they don't look at the preparation.
Right.
I think in order to prepare for failure, you have to understand the preparation and the process first. So, but let me ask you, how do you prepare for that?
You just gotta be ready for whatever at this point. Like you gotta be a delinquent almost. And when I say delinquent, like street dudes, they always know what the consequence behind that. Like telling, getting into, whatever they get into. They always prepare for that. So you gotta constantly prepare yourself. Like this can happen. You always gotta, just like Zendaya said in Spider-Man, I prepare for the worst so I won't be let down. You always gotta be prepared for whatever happens. And sometimes you gotta overcome those things by just having that beast mentality as well. Like, bruh, if you would have seen me at 7 this morning, bruh, you'd have been like, I don't know how Nate made it over here. I swear, bruh, I was like, I said, but I can't miss this. 'Cause I told my boy, cause I ain't gonna lie, this last night I was good. I went to sleep early. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wake up early. I'm probably gonna go on for a run. My mom called me. She said, let's go to Walmart. I said, it's like 6 in the morning. So we go to Walmart. I'm like, damn, something got a hold on me. And I'm like, bruh, I gotta fight this. I gotta go to Tampa today. There's no way I'm missing this. And that's like having that beast mentality, like ET be saying. You just gotta wake up and feel like, bruh, I'm not missing this no matter what's happening. You gotta let all your emotions, all you tired, whatever, you gotta let that shit go. That's how you prepare. Or
You want to know what you sound like you use?
what?
I'm gonna relate back to my episode. He used the fuck it button.
Yes, yes, yes,
Woke up, he had some shit going on, but he used his fuck it
yes,
button.
bro.
That's exactly what he used, and that's how essential this shit is. Because, like, for instance, you woke up at 6. I was already up at 6. I woke up at 12 o'clock, and I didn't go to sleep today until 10 o'clock. That was me. I took a nap yesterday, and I woke up at 12. I said, you know what? I got the email from her. And it was like my footage was done. I'm like, you know what? I'm finna stay up. Fuck that. I ain't going to sleep. I got to get ready for this shit. Cause I'm like, in my head at first, I'm like, damn, maybe I need to watch some videos before I do this guest shit because I don't know what the fuck to expect. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna look at these questions that I did. I created like 10 questions. I said, all right, Trey, you can't go to sleep. Put yourself through hell to get ready for this opportunity that you got because you can't blow this shit.
Damn.
You don't know what's gonna come of it. You don't want to study this shit. So you don't, in a sense, you don't deserve to go to sleep. You don't want to put in that little extra time and review the shit and review other people. So take away from your personal time and see what the fuck you gonna do when the time comes.
Right. And that's
So
how I
what
gotta
you
be.
did, what you just said, you hit a fuck it button.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, I gotta go. I gotta go. Cause like I just feel like people always wanna say certain stuff, but they don't wanna go like I was telling you, people like you, the information, cause we was talking about this in the realtor with my boy No Hangover. The realtors, a lot of people gatekeep because say for instance, you give me some information, I don't use it, you just wasted time. You wasted your time, however long the conversation was going on. You done told this person all this stuff, and like I be telling people, I said I compare like I was telling you on the phone. I compared you to somebody who been doing it longer than you, and I told that person, and he's not like that's like getting any feeling. He's very like mellow. So when I told him, he was like, "Oh shit, I got to get on my shit." That's the type of people I like being around. But it's just the work ethic. You get what I'm saying? And I had those moments. It'd be times where I get up early in the morning on my days off of work, and I'm posting clips. And you don't feel it now, but the work you just put in, when you go out to the club or when you go out to an event, they be like, "Bro, I see your stuff all the time. I remember when you interviewed this person or when you said this, but you made me laugh or you made me think about some shit." So it's always like I said, like I'm building the infinity stones. I'm building a conglomerate of people because I realized I didn't. I got blessed. Every situation I put myself in, I feel like I was blessed. You coming in your lane. I got no hangover now. I got guys out there. I got Who Am I with T Murray. Y'all are my people that I need to connect with more often instead of connecting with artists. Cause artists, we don't relate in no kind of way. I'm a speaker in a different type of way. You are artists in a different type of way. So that's why I always say like you just gotta prepare yourself and you just gotta have that dog mentality. I play football. So what my coaches always say, you get one shot. You get one shot. You mess up that one shot, the lights get cut off on you. And you'll never get that opportunity again.
So, well, backing off what you just said about not getting the opportunity again, I agree to disagree. I feel like in life, whenever we do go through, because I had plenty of opportunities and I never took advantage of it. They always spin back, but it's not on your time. And I think that's God humbling you.
Right.
So like a lot of situations or opportunities can play out in a certain way where when you don't put in 100%, you get instantly zero.
Right.
People try to cheat and give 85 and then still think they're gonna get a reward. That shit don't work like that. I tried it before too. I done tried to cheat my way through a lot of shit.
We all try to cheat.
And that shit backfired on me so many times. So my thing is this. So whenever you do come across a situation where you don't succeed or you fail or you get a setback, and when you fall out of love with that particular thing, but you know it's for you, how do you counter that? What do you do?
It's
Like for
crazy you
instance,
say
like
that.
when you could just take it at anything. It could be sports, it could be podcasts, it could just be life in general. When you hit a roadblock and it was something that you love, because it's a part of growth.
Right.
A lot of us hit a roadblock and we like, damn, maybe this is it. And you fall out of love with someone that you're really passionate about. How do you bounce back from that? How do you, in a sense, find your way back on that path?
You gotta have that spark. Like it's a spark that come with it. Like for me, I took a long hiatus with podcasting. It took me a while to get back. Like people was like, "Bro, you ever gonna drop a video again?" I remember I'm at work bagging burgers and shit, and I'm talking to Gabby. I'm like, "Man." I ain't dropped a video in so long. And she like, what's going on? And I'm like, I just don't know, bro. I hit a writer's block in a sense. So I just like, I don't know what to do. And then it's like, that's when you start doing homework, you start doing your research, you start tapping in to other people that's doing what you doing because they always have fresh ideas. They go through their roadblocks, but you'll never see it. So I was like, man, just like the what you were saying about the fucker button, like when we got into that new studio and I finally like, okay, I got so much ideas, so much things can happen now. And I was like, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna get 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what I'm gonna do. How the hell am I gonna get there? And I remember I was at the West Coast Mall. My stepdad called me. He's like, so what you think you need to do? I'm just looking at this shit. I'm like, I don't know. I said, and then that goes back to me doing my homework. DDG said he posted for 365 days. And it clicked in my head. I don't know. Like I said, God just be throwing blessings to me. And he was like, I was like, I think I just need to post for 30 days. Let's see what happens. Whatever going on, I'm gonna just talk about it. He's like, all right, let's see what happens. And literally, Trey, when I tell you bro, I ain't cry, but I damn near like freaking out like when I hit it. And it was like, damn, I really hit 1,000 subscribers. I thought I never could do it. But it just goes back to doing your homework, doing your research, and finding that spark. Me going out of the country, me going to these different trips, getting inspiration from other people, or me watching these videos and getting inspiration from what's going on.
Facts. So, do you think people want actual success or the image of it? Do you think that, because just going based off what you said, as far as like, especially with both of us, hitting that $1,000 subscriber milestone is that shit is like gold. Shit, if you would have said you cried, I wouldn't blame you. Shit, I cry too. You feel me? Because I look at my shit, I'm just like, shit, all right, man. Like, damn, I got a lot more to go, but shit, I'm gonna get there.
Right.
But when I do get there, like that's what like for instance, like I've been posting all my milestones. Like I really don't give a fuck what people think about it because it's so small, but that shit mean a lot to me because it's
Putting
like
that work.
I'm putting in that work. That shit mean a lot to me.
Right.
Sometimes I be having to take breaks, like, and I just gotta walk outside and be like, fuck. Like so this week, I was like, man, I ain't post no videos. I said, man, 16 downloaded my episodes. I say 16. I was looking at maybe 3. I thought it was gonna be 3. I said, man, I ain't gonna take the week off. 16 people. I say, man, shit, dog. I said, I gotta take this shit in. Like,
Sometimes.
I shot my buddies a text. I say, bro, I ain't even post this shit. I say, 16 people though? It's just like, man, I feel like when moments like that happen, when people achieve, like, especially with me, because like I said, I don't have a ceiling. So whenever I used to achieve stuff back then, I never took it in.
And you get comfortable.
You get comfortable.
I don't know. I just feel like, especially for you, I wanted to touch on it. This is something I wanted to say. When I first got this guy to sit down with me, this is something I'll never forget. He came, I was stressing. I'm like, man, we gotta shoot this shit on the phone. I gotta get this episode in with Trey, bro. I don't know how to connect these chords. I'm like, man, I gotta get this episode in. And I asked him, I remember the conversation. I asked him, I said, do you ever think you'll like do this? He like, hell no. I don't think I ever do this shit. And then he texts me a few years later. He's like, bro, I think I'm finna start my first podcast. I looked at the phone, I wiped my eyes. I said, there's no way you finna start no podcast. He said, for real. I'm gonna use the clips from our episode to start. I said, do it. Once I seen that, I'm like, look what 2 years can do. Your mind, your light, anything can just change in the next 2 years. Like the person I was 2 years ago and those ingredients I was missing, those ingredients is in the pot now. We working. Yeah, we hit a lot of. Don't get me wrong. Like this year, like it's been my most travelous year. Like I've been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of people are congratulating me for doing what I'm doing, but I'm also learning a lot of hard lessons throughout this process, bro. And it's like, how do I steer clear? But also, I know I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know I make mistakes. I know there's a lot of things I need to work on and I need to revert back to and I need to change about myself. So it's like to see what you're doing, it just changed my whole perspective on a lot of things, especially like I said, I'm gonna listen to all his episodes and look at now. 2 weeks later, I'm back from Atlanta. I'm now everything you saying, I can, because like I said, I'm an avid listener of content. Like I can't listen to music 24/7. I gotta listen to something, what's going on. And just to see the growth and all the shit that you've been through to get here is it's great, bro. It's great for real because like I said, music artists and we all have an art, and our art is speaking. We able to cultivate people in a certain way to where it's like they can get those ingredients that they missing. Just certain things that you said, it tapped me back into a space I was in before I started doing podcasts. So it's just like, okay, all right, now I need to level up a little bit more, or I need to change a little bit more, or I need to stop doing certain things, or I need to go run extra harder. Like now I'm just trying to elevate as much as I can, but also trying to stay as genuine and as positive as I can throughout the hell we so to speak.
So keep in mind, and I'm gonna give you your flowers right now. This is coming from a successful man. Now we haven't reached the top. We not where we want to be, but this is a successful man. This is somebody that's successful. Milestones, achievements. He has it all. And that's why I just asked you that question. I said, do people actually want success or do they want the image of it? Because it's cool to have that image that you look successful. That's like what people when they go in, they buy all this design and shit, and they want everybody to think they, look good and look like they got money
Right.
when they really don't. But do people actually want this success shit? Because success comes with so much bullshit. I don't know, unless you birthed into this shit, I don't know too many people that are successful that don't have a rough journey a part of it.
Right. Even the ones that are successful or that's born in, they still go through rough patches. Like I said, we all human. Like I was a big fan of Jaden Smith growing up as a kid, and he was born into money, but nobody respects him or nobody fucks with him because of certain things that he do, and he goes through his rough patches. So it's like it all depends on it all depends on what type of human you are. Like I said, it's I never been the type of person to always look at somebody's skin color. At the end of the day, we all have the same thought process. We all have the same thing that we all go through the same shit. We just look different. So it's like people want the image of success. They don't really want success because they don't want to stay up. They don't want to wake up, then brush their teeth, posting clips to see. Because it's like the fire that I reach for is like, okay, how can I reach this milestone? How can I get here? Like I was telling you before, I want 10,000 subscribers. How am I going to do that? And it's like sometimes you got to change your formula. Sometimes you got to change what you're doing, or you just got to add more to what you're doing because then it'll work.
Facts. And I'm about to piggyback on something that you said earlier because we both from the same city.
Right.
I usually don't talk about the city no more since I've left.
Right.
And I remember we just got on the live and we talked about it. And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, whenever I was in Orlando and when I was doing my promoting and when I was doing anything I could on the side, I always had something to say. And I ain't gonna say it was the best thing, I ain't gonna say it was the worst thing, but I always had something to say about the city. But since I've left, I kind of really don't really fuck with Orlando like that. Like I got love for the city, but I really don't fuck with Orlando. But just because it's like once you escape something,
Right.
it's like you don't want to look back. Mind you, I'm from it. This is what made me who I am, but I don't want to look back. What do you think is something that people can learn from, gain, or move from their hometown? Or what's something that will you learn from, gain from, or that you can remove from you being in the city?
We Orlando humans, we got a sense of pride about ourselves that people can see off the bat. Like when I was in Atlanta or when I went to Cali, like I tell people I'm from Orlando. Or when I went to Minnesota, like I tell people I'm from Orlando, they look at you like you a golden child. Like
Disney.
yeah, like they like I'm like, yeah, I'm from Orlando. Oh my God, I always wanted to go there. I always wanted to be in Orlando. And I'm just like, bro, like Orlando's cool, but it's just like the same when you wherever you live, you're gonna be like, it's just Atlanta or it's just Chicago, it's just whatever. So it's like we got a certain pride about ourselves. But like you always say, we never forget where we come from. That's another thing. Like Orlando, we don't protect each other as we should, but we all know like what it takes and how it is out there. And what I learned, like going throughout all my processes on like I said, when I travel, is just, never forget where you come from. Always try to like build upon or just try to learn from every situation you went through out there. Cause I always look at it like this. People always had it worse than us. Cause Orlando's not too poverty based. There's a lot of areas I done seen very poverty based. We see a lot of homeless people. Don't get me wrong, there's homeless people everywhere, but Orlando is not too bad to where like we looking at it a different way. And like one thing I could say about Orlando people, they they all about getting to the bag. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you swing it, they all about getting to the bag. And that's what I can appreciate about Orlando as well.
I mean, man, it's just every time I think about Atlanta, because you ask me like when you coming to Orlando, I'm like, shit, man, I don't know. It's just like, man, it's just every time I go and people ask me this all the time when I go home, they're like, man, you staying the night? I be like, man, hell no. It's like as soon as I'm done doing what I gotta do, I'm getting on the damn road. I don't care if it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm getting on the road. I can't stay here. I don't want to be here. I'd rather be in Tampa or in the comfort of my own home. I just can't. The the outlook I have on the city now is just is like,
Yeah, but if you tell somebody like I tell people all the time, like, bro, I don't hate it here, but I'd rather be somewhere else. And they be like, bro, I can't leave Orlando. Da, da, da. And I'm like, that's because you didn't see a lady taking a shower by a rainforest with her kid. Like you didn't see snow before. Like or you didn't see like the amount of homelessness or how like I went to Cali and I'm like, bro, Orlando's so behind as in dressing, way we talk, the way we move. Like when people come to Orlando, they just wear flip flops and all that. When you go to Cali or when you go to Atlanta, you gotta make sure you dressed up to par. Like I don't wear shoes often, but when I go to those places, I make sure I pack me 4 pairs of shoes and I'm wearing them throughout the day. I'm not walking around in slides. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like that's what people don't understand. And like I always tell them, like, when you coming back, you ain't gotta stay for too long. Or I was like, you getting back on the road tonight? You like, hell yeah. I'm like, you tough. Well, I would have to take a nap, then get back on the road.
yeah, ain't no naps. Ain't no naps at all. But how do you get people to understand that they got to separate that mindset? So like, for instance, like you said, people never seen snow, people never seen this, but certain people don't care about that. So how do you what is a way you would like kind of get people to grow to understand that it's more basically it's more to life? Like how would you what is like a phrase or example or just advice you would give to people that want to grow but they don't care to go outside their hometown or they don't care to go elsewhere to grow.
Right. I think it's more so the thing of just leading by example. Like not telling people all your plans, just leading by example. Like me posting my pictures on my page or me showing people like it's so funny. When I was in Cali, I was talking to my brother on the phone. He like, man, you need to go where they shot Snowfall at. You need to go where they shot Fridays at. You need to go over here. You need to go over here. And it's just like we watch these movies, we watch these TV shows, and when I seen the donut that was in Fridays, it changed my whole life. I was happy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. So it's just like just leading by example, showing people that's possible. Like, cause people like I always hear this. People always say like Key Richie always say this. Like a lot of people like this guy did a top track for houses. He's like people don't never get to this point to where they can feel like 100 people will like look at you or look at me be like, bro, I want to do what they doing, but they never do it because they scared of what people think. They're scared of how they'll look. Man, it's been plenty of times I get on the camera with a busted lip, no haircut, looking crazy, probably the same shirt, wearing a hat, hair looking all crazy. But it's just I don't care what people think about me. I'm all about the craft. When it's time to go out and look professional, I can do that. We've seen that before. Oh, but when I'm in that mode, when I'm here to work, I'm here to work. I'm never gonna be what other people think I am. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like leading by example, showing the people it's possible, showing people that it's more than Paramore, Pine Hill, Silver Star, all that shit. It's more to life than that. Cause when I get back home, I love the fresh air of Orlando. But then again, I'm like, bro, I want to go somewhere else now.
I mean, shit, that's how I was when I came here. I mean, I went to a private institution. Goddamn university had two entrances. That's the same exits, and everything else around that motherfucker is gates. So you
Right.
basically in the prison. So I remember when I this is just like a little side thing. I remember when I applied for college. I only applied for two, FAMU and my school. I ain't get accepted in the FAM, so I was like, all right, bro, now I gotta go to this damn school. I don't really care about school no more now. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. But I'm like, I ain't staying home. So that mindset was already in my head because what I was going through. I'm like, man, I ain't staying home. Fuck that shit. So I go to this new beginning. I'm looking. I'm like, damn, this shit look like a prison. But I'm like, I'm happy to be there because it's something new. I think what people and a lot of people can agree. whenever some shit don't go their way and they got to take the opposite direction, they get scared. They'd rather go back opposite way. They'd be like, all right, let me just start over.
Right.
Let me just go back home and whatever happens, happens.
I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that.
I like me personally, I was always in the mindset, and it's because of my struggles and then my situations, I could never go back home. My home wasn't home to me. It was just a place where I laid my head at. So every other place that I could be at, that's where I grew from. Mind you, I haven't really traveled like that. Still, I still got to go do shit. But I know, like for instance, like I'm starting to get tired of Tampa. It's cool. I like it because it's comfortable and it's convenient for me because I'm not known here. Like I can walk around, I can do shit, I can say what the fuck I want to say, I can go out and just be unknown. I don't like when attention is on me. So being in a new scenario, new area is just, it's like fresh air, like you said. But it's like at the same time, people are scared of that. I don't know why. And I always tell people, like, for instance, when you said you wanted to move here, I was happy as shit. I'm like, yeah, let me send my boy these apartments. Cause I'm like, bro, it's better to go out and just jump and try shit. Like when I jumped and moved it, I did it in a fucked up way, but I was still happy. Like
Happy through the chaos.
Exactly. And that's why I said, like, people are so afraid of chaos and they so afraid of going through hell and back, but that's genuinely how I thrive. Like me, when I started this shit, I thought I was only gonna get 10 fucking views. I didn't think people was gonna fuck with me because whenever I did show up for people, they never showed up for me, only if it's beneficial towards them. So me jumping out into something new, I'm like, man, all right, cool, I'm gonna get 10 views. Bet. Now the next time I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna go get 20 views and then it go up. But the first episode, it did what it did. I was just like, damn, I ain't know this many people fuck with me. And I'm trying to get to a point where it's like, I have to understand that ain't nobody out to get me. I used to always think I was the villain. And that's why I left the city.
Right.
Honestly. Always thought I was the villain.
That's because the thing is, because like I said, like I was telling you on the phone, I've been there when you had to tell people no. I watch. I've been there when you had to, like, bro, you got to pay to get in. I've been to all those situations. And like I said, you was one of the people that always kept a nice girl on your side, clean cut, nice shoes, nice clothes. You always kept yourself together just because people didn't know what you was going through, but you always kept yourself together to where people was like, oh, yeah, that's that dude right there. That's Trey. So when you finally got into this realm in a whole new situation, people are like, okay, let's hear what you got to say because you never talked. Unless people talk to you. Because our first encounter, like somebody introduced me to you. It wasn't like you came into me or I came up to you and we was talking. Nah, you ain't really talk. You was goofy and shit. People know that you was funny. You was always funny. But you wasn't the type of person like friendly. You was always like, I'm going to stay to myself. I'm going to do what I do. And I got my people that I vibe with and that's it. But once people got to know you and see who you was, people will tap in. So it's just all about like, learning from those mistakes and or learning from those situations to, push you forward. And I ain't gonna lie. It's always good to be a villain in somebody's story. Cause you gotta understand, people are always play with you when they know that you're gullible or they know that they can get over on you. With me, I'm the villain right now. And I like that role. The reason why I like that role, because people not gonna disrespect me no more. People gonna understand and people gonna, they're gonna respect me. I used to, like you said, I used to show up for people, stay up late, go do this for people, go to events with people, help them pay for stuff, pay for sessions, do certain stuff. And when I put out a hat or when I put out a t-shirt or when I put out I'm selling something, they like, oh yeah, no, Nate. You know what I'm saying? Because they see how I'm traveling. They see I bought these new Jordans. They see I did this. So they're like, oh, he got money, he good. He don't need my, contribution. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm okay with playing the villain role. When I came into this space, I was gullible. I was trying to tap in with everybody. And, I used to get so hurt when I used to ask somebody to come sit down with me. Oh, give me $1,000. Give me $600. Give me this. And the funny thing is, those same people that was doing that, they came back and came to sit down with me for free. So it's just all about like, how you take it or how you build upon those situations.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I'm gonna show you this video when we get off camera. So when you doing what you're supposed to do, sometimes you don't even have to speak. People will speak for you. So some dude was saying he's the best podcaster in Orlando. And my boy say, no, you're not. My boy Nate, what will I think of podcast? That's the top dog right now. And it just goes to show like the work you putting in and the time that you spent putting in the work, them late nights, you staying up editing, or you learning how to edit, or you learning how to tap in, or you posting 120 clips on each platform. Those are things that you learning. And that's what made me fall in love with those stuff. Cause I was good at football, but I wasn't the best. I was good at soccer, but I wasn't the best. This right here, I know I'm one of the best. For sure. Nobody can take it away from me. Nobody I know I can speak. And I know when I speak about something, I'm very knowledgeable about it. And it goes to show because I helped you, helped Eric, and now y'all being successful. Or anybody I done put my hand on, whether it's in the content creation or when it's being an artist or whatever the case may be, my formulas work. And that's because that goes back to what I was telling you about YouTube University. Me just going to research and tapping in with certain people, it just made me understand a lot more.
For sure. And just piggybacking off what you just said about helping people. How do you show up for people that don't show up for you? Like, for instance, there's like in the learning aspect and the growing aspect for other people, because like myself, I used to be there for people all the time. Even when I was going through hell, I still was gonna be there to go through people. Like in one of my episodes I got upcoming too, I said it's like I used to tell people a while back when I was in college, I was like, man, if you ever in the middle of the night, you going through something,
Call me.
you need somebody to talk to, call me.
Right. I remember.
I sacrificed my sleep, my time, and then I just gave access.
Right.
So how do you, in a sense, go through essentially what I went through as far as, sacrificing and giving this access and giving all this stuff to these people that still won't show up for you? How do you do that? Because I know it's some people out there that's either deteriorating their energy because they're like, man, I keep showing up for everybody, man. Like, this shit killing me. I'm just about to cut everybody off.
Right.
I'm about to stop doing this shit. I'm about to say fuck it and just shut down.
I mean, I had a lot of those moments. And like you just saying that, just a lot of stuff is piling up in my head about me showing up for people. Um,
It's tough.
it's tough, because it's like I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? You and your brother, or you and somebody that you're very close with, they know a lot of people that could potentially change the lifespan of your career. And you always constantly showing up for that person. You taking them where they need to go. You doing this and that for them. You giving them stuff. You giving them money. You putting clothes on their back. You washing clothes for them, or you taking them places to get their clothes washed. And then when you like, you don't tell them nothing, but you just constantly showing up, and they don't show up for you, and it's just like, fuck, I did all this shit for you. I done stayed up. I done took you over here when I was tired. I done gave you money. I done gave you my last 20. It's been people I done gave my last.
Real shit.
It's been people that I done wasted gas going here, there, up and down. And it's just like, I got into the space where, like I said, I played the villain card. Now, after a certain time, my phone does not work. Now, if I got something to do, no, I can't do it. It's been situations like family members saying I stole from them, and my that right there just broke my heart because I never steal from anybody that I love. So it came to a point where I was like, okay, I gotta be Joker, I gotta be Doctor Doom, I gotta be the Silver Surfer, I gotta be Draymond Green, I gotta be Dylan Brooks, I gotta be those guys because that's the only way you gonna respect me. Because when I was giving you the love, I was carrying you on my back. It was like, he always gonna be there, or she always gonna be there. So it's just like, just going through all those pain and rain. It's just like, okay, now all that pain, I'm gonna put it into my craft. I'm gonna go to work my ass off, and go take a trip. So now when you see me, it's like, damn, where did I ever go wrong with this guy, or what did I ever go wrong with Nate or Sarah? And it's just like you said in one of your I think it was the third one, because that one touched me so much. It's like, it's some people you did have some bad situation that you wish you can, and same for me. And it's some people that I wish I never got in contact with.
Absolutely, man. Like,
It's some people I was like, I wish I never met you. I wish I would have just stayed away. But like you said, those situations make you who you are. Those situations change your life forever. Cause now it hurts you to the point to where it's like certain people just don't add those pain. They they do bad shit with it. You gotta add that pain and take it to the next level. So yeah.
Man, it's crazy that you say that because now I'm in a mindset now where I want to teach people about outgrowing friends, family, and places. And I feel like as if, especially with young adults like our age and just touching their 30s, right there, because I feel like once you get to a certain age, you understand it. But I feel like a lot of people they shrink into rooms that they're bigger than. So a lot of people will walk into a situation where, okay, yeah, they used to hanging around their homeboys or their homegirls, and they're like, damn, man, they keep doing the same shit. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same shit even though I don't want to because I want to be cool with them.
Right.
They already bigger. Like, and I got this mindset, I got this phrase that I use and I tell people, I say, you will know when your light's too bright because people gonna say something about you. They gonna say the thing that you doing or the thing that you love, you either putting too much into it or it's too much for them. So it's like, especially like with this, like some people be like, damn, like, okay, you like it's crazy because I was out and I ran into somebody that I used to go to school with. Me and that person had a bad little fuse. And I ain't talked to that person for years. It's crazy. I seen him when I seen him. And people would tell me, like, damn, I never knew you could talk like this. But this specific person, they said something to me and they was like, because I told them, like, yeah, I got a podcast. It's like, oh, you think you're a philosopher or something? Like, you think you could
I
just hit a
hate
whole
people like
360?
that.
And I'm like, I done shrunk into a room where me and you could be in the same space together and we could communicate, knowing that I haven't spoken to you in years. I compromise, and then you say this to me. You disrespecting my craft because I'm telling you that I'm proud to do something.
Right.
So what I want people to try to like look at is like when you go and do certain things that
That
you
should be
don't
crazy.
really enjoy like that, you gotta outgrow that house. If your light is too bright, if you too big for that little ass house, you gotta outgrow that.
Right.
And I feel like it's better to teach people when they're younger, when they're in their 18s, 20s, almost get into your 30s. It's better to teach them that because when it's too fucking late and you start hanging around the wrong people and hanging around or staying in the wrong place for too long, you miss out on everything.
Right.
And like my question to you is, what do you think you can tell younger people or like people our age or people in their early 30s, what do you think you can tell them at this current time in their life, whenever whatever age they are, what can they learn or what can they adapt to in order to grow? What do you, or for instance, what do you wish you? What is something that you wish you knew when you were younger that you know now?
Stay disciplined. Um, like I was telling you, like doing homework, studying, like growing every single day. Like I always used to tell my brothers, like, did you do something productive today? And it was moments in my life where I wasn't being productive. Like working was the only thing I was doing. And it's just like you just gotta find a way to be productive, whether that's doing something in your craft or working out. Because health is a big thing nowadays. I've lost a lot of people, God rest their soul, to health. And it's just like, it's a lot of things that people look past. Like after I got to a certain age where I wasn't on my mama Medicare no more and I had to book my own appointments and stuff like that, like those are things we overlook coming up. So I would say just focus on your health. Get a craft that you're passionate about. And like you said, like that when you said that, I get a lot of those. And then when you snap on them or when you tell them like, bro, I don't like that shit, you emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You getting your feelings. You crying. Like,
It's
bro, like,
crazy you say that.
yeah, like, bro, like a lot of, oh, you still doing that little podcast? Like, little, what you doing? And then when you start doing that, oh, what you got an attitude for? You dimming my light to make you bigger because you ain't doing shit. And I normally don't talk like that, but that's how I be feeling. But then that goes back to, outgrowing the situation and outgrowing that house. Cause you can step in the house, like be more somebody that I'm very close with. She said, I could tell you, hey Trey, I'm finna build a house. And then you be like, all right, bro. So every day you see me setting it up. I got the wood. You walking past, hey bro, I see you, bro. All right, I'm still building. Now I got the foundation, everything looking good. You like, oh shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know you was serious. I already got my curtains up. I got my house fully furnished. Now that's when Tom, Larry, Sarah, Jessica. Bro, I was there, bro. I seen when he put the stairs up. I seen when he put the windows in there. I seen all that. I was with him the whole time. And that's what be pissing me off. Cause I go through my following on Instagram. And like people that I went to school with or people that I know personally on Instagram, they unfollow me, which is cool. I don't give a fuck. But I see them following Kirby. I see them following Curvo. When we know when them boys was doing their thing, when they was building their houses.
Nobody fucking Hey man, it's crazy you say that because I got videos, and Curvo like one of the people that I respect the most because he's still himself.
Right.
Like people don't know that shit.
Right.
You feel me? Like it's just like, bro, like people just, man, that's why I love what the fuck I do because I expose shit for what it is.
Right. And that's what you got to do. And that's what I always say I got to do more of. Because I sit there and interview people, but now I need to have more talks like this. And, with myself on the camera and just express a lot of things. But like I was telling you, like I was afraid. Like now I'm not afraid as much because I used to sit on the camera and talk. And, people make their jokes. Like my boy, he was like, why you sound so sad? He reposted. He's like, why you sound so sad? And I'm just like, because I'm speaking from the heart. This ain't fabricated. I'm really telling you, like, about my life, or I'm telling you a scenario that I went through to help you, or you could pass this on to somebody that can help them. Because a lot of people ain't gonna find ways to, get through their situations in a way.
Mm-hmm. That's facts, bro. Well, we coming to the end of the episode, so it's something you the first guest, y'all. This is the first guest, so I want to try some new. And I was thinking about it on the way here. I said, damn, when I had guests, I could leave something. Cause I remember you asked me a question. I can't remember the question. I think it was about I think it was like any celebrity or any influence. You asked me like, who would I want to
Sit down with.
Right. And I was like, damn, he asked me something when I was there. I say, I got to ask him something. So y'all know podcast name, Trail of Truth. I'm going to go ahead and every guest that I have,
I'm gonna hold you to
going
it.
forward. Yeah, hold me to it because I'm going to remember this shit. Every guest I have, I want them to leave the episode saying 3 truths that they wish people will understand that people don't say. So I want you, this is like, it's like a vulnerable thing. It's more of like you exposing people for who they are.
Right.
What's 3 things you think people need to hear that people not telling them? And this is just general. Like this is like educating them, growing. Like this could be for the artists, this could be for parents, this could be for kids. What is 3 things that you feel like people need to hear?
Woo. All right. 3 things. I'm gonna be as blunt as I can. This is my first interview in a while. I did one with my boy T Murray, but that was speaking on, Orlando. So we didn't really get too deep like how me and Trey just did. I would say stop being fucking lazy. Get out there and do what you need to do for yourself and for your family. Cause like my boy Brandon Boy said, if I can't convince you to get up and do something for your family, then there's no point in you doing anything. Stop worrying about other people and what they got going on. Stop trying to fit in. That's something that I learned. Stop trying to fit in because I was like, man, I'm going to the club. I don't even like the club. They making me take shots. I don't even drink. And everybody who know Nate don't drink, Nate don't smoke, and I'm a weird commodity. Like I'm in my own little group. Yeah, I might have an occasional drink every now and then, but that's near here or there. I'm not a drinker. You know what I'm saying? And live your life for yourself. Don't try to live your life for nobody else. Do what you deem is happy. Like a lot of people, I would say, give y'all a little quick story time. I went to Minnesota. Didn't know why I was going. I just like, I'm gonna go to Minnesota. Some random place for my birthday. Cause my last couple birthdays, I didn't do nothing. I was here in Florida. So I'm just go to Minnesota and just see what it's like. And when I was able to pick up snow and just touch it and feel it, or go to a restaurant by myself and just be alone. Sometimes people scared to be alone. Don't be scared, bro. Cause you come into this world alone, you die alone. So you gotta learn how to enjoy your own company and get you a fucking journal, man. So that's my truths.
Get you a fucking journal because I got 3 of them motherfuckers. I love journaling
Right.
because I feel like I can just say what the fuck I want to
Say
say and I can
anything.
learn from it. I don't gotta go text nobody for validation. This journal right here, I look at that. Did I really just say this? If it's something that I ain't need to write down, just cross that bitch out. Or I leave it in there to learn my fucking lesson.
Right.
Your journal is yourself. It's the mirror that you don't want to look at.
What? Hey, I remember one time I wrote in my journal. I was like, let me read back because I ain't writing in like 2, 3 weeks. So I'm like, damn, I was mad as fuck.
Hmm.
Now I'm in a better place. So I just like, man, this week it's been this, that, and the third. But journaling has took me to a whole nother level. And I want to say this too, because this is something that I want to touch on my platform. I stopped watching adult films. Stop watching adult films. Focus on yourself. Get yourself together. Me, stop watching adult films. If you know, you know. It 10x me to a whole nother level as far as like how I look, how I feel. I could look a man in the eye. Like people used to say that on TikTok, Instagram, but it's really true. Like take people advice and use it and practice with yourself. Like see what you can do to, better yourself. Don't be scared because at the end of the day, you working on you. You ain't got to tell nobody like what you're doing. Just do it.
Absolutely. Man. Man, this was a good episode, man. Shit, it felt like it was only 30 minutes. But shit, bro, go ahead. Shout out to all your platforms. When I say all of them, I mean all of them. Your contact, how people can reach you, everything that you have ownership of, even your city. Shout everything out. Go ahead, bro.
Um, Shout out to everybody. Shout out to this man. I'm so proud of him, bro. I tell him this all the time. I called him one time and I was like, bro, I'm so freaking proud of you, bro. I called him randomly. I bet he was like, why the hell Nate calling me at 8 o'clock in the after at night, calling me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm so freaking proud of this dude. I'm happy to see where he come, how he coming with this, and he's coming his own way. I'm happy for that. And he will be coming back to sit down with me soon whenever he get time. So I'm excited for that. Um, what Wall Think of Podcast. We rebranded to What Wall Think of Podcast Stories Behind the Craft because I want to know the story behind your craft and what you got going on. So that's what we revamped to. Top Chat Vibes, some similar to Tiny Desk. We doing that. NL.W.MMT. That's my Instagram personally. If you want to tap in. We got the clothing brand Excel Worldwide. So that's just the main thing. I'm from Orlando, Florida, preferably the Texas Ave area. That's where I was born and raised. So yeah, man, that's just me, family, man. Like I said, sports, all that good stuff, man. A general, just a good person, but also could be a villain.
All right, man. That's another episode of Trail Truths. Y'all know how I am in the outro. I only got one thing to say. Gone.